Hello and welcome. So, have you been waiting for this? I have. I'm so excited to share this with you. It's just a tremendous blessing to be able to do this. So, I wanted to let you know officially right now. This is the launch of my life and career coaching business, Decide Today to Live. After all these years of me being known in that way, by that handle, what have you, it is now becoming what I believe it was always meant to be, what God always put in my heart in some way, to be able to help you in bigger ways than I've ever been able to before. So I pray that that's what you'll see come through with this. So basically that's what this is all about, what it's been leading up to. Now, if you were in my group, and I ask you to go ahead and do that, I think you would benefit from it. I'm going to be sharing a lot more in there over the coming days and weeks and all. I definitely am going to, I've done a lot of sharing in there in the last several days as well, but I'll be doing more tips and things I've just kind of gleaned and learned in my life, both so that you don't have to learn some of them the hard way. But anyway, I definitely recommend that. But if you're in there, you had the opportunity, you saw that you had the opportunity to get in on this ahead of everybody else. So yay for the ones that did get to take that opportunity. There have been a couple who have. And so I'm excited for you that we get to do this together. And so they got to do it ahead of time and at an introductory special pre-launch gift rate. Okay, so there's that. And now this is my official launch, and so it is life and career coaching, Decide Today to Live with me, Haley. You might want to know, like, why this, why now, all that kind of stuff. So if you know me, if you've watched me, if you've followed along or gone alongside me with some of it, I'm sure there's plenty of, I know there are lots of you who have been there right there with me. Couldn't have made it without you. So thank you for your physical presence, for your prayers, your thoughts, all the time, all the things all along. So because of my background in life, my background in jobs that we've had, myself and my husband, in his career of strength coaching and mine of nursing, as well as other things I've also done alongside that. So I've learned a lot in the nursing field, specifically, of course, for any of you who are nurses and you are either at a place of burnout, you're maybe a newer nurse that's not feeling competent or confident in your place that you're in now, but you want to stay where you are, but you want to feel better in that role. I've been there, so I understand that. But also too, just in general as a nurse, you have a lot of opportunities you don't realize you have, especially as a newer nurse, even up to, a few years into the nursing. You don't realize you can change into different fields of nursing and see what things might fit you better, at least for different times in your life as well. We're human beings, our lives change, and so do oftentimes our careers. A long time ago, people, and some still, stay in a same spot, a same career for a long time, and I think that's wonderful. But these days we have a lot of opportunities to change as our lives change if needed. And so as you grow and become a different person and have different life needs. Mine was family needs oftentimes because of moves and far away from support that we had. I had to move from shift work to non-shift work, and then just other changes we've made over time as well related to homeschooling and things like that. So I can help you understand how you can face these things in confidence and have faith over fear in those kinds of changes, as well as again, physical moves I've mentioned throughout the country, throughout your state. I've done all of these things even in the same town, but also we moved to the Middle East and back. So, and none of this was assisted by anything like the military. This was all on us and career related, but still our own financial and physical things that we had to do to make these things happen. We had support and help at times. Other times it just wasn't physically able to have the support that we would otherwise want to have. And then there's homeschooling. We've stepped into that. My husband's coming home from work right now. So, but yes, we've stepped into homeschooling, and we've done that both with me not working and with me working full-time and less. Lots and lots of different things there. And so just in general, I feel like, my life, my background has really set me up for being able to help you in ways that, I can't explain without really getting on a call with you directly and talking through some things that you're going through, some of your desires, your dreams, your goals, your needs, things that have to happen, and helping you see how I can come alongside you and help you to achieve those things with specific steps together. So also some other reasons that I feel like, I'm needing and wanting to do this with you right now is I've done things like I've written books. See, I'm actually going to order some of these soon. I had a request recently and I'm out of them, and you can't get them on Amazon or anything. You just get them straight through me. And look at the name of that one, When I'm Afraid, 31 Days of Faith Over Fear, right? So that said, I've done that and I have helped people with those, but it's not in the ways that I want to be able to tangibly help you even more. And I can help you more than I have been able to just through those books. So they're wonderful, and I'm glad to have been able to do that. But and they're timeless, right? So, but I can help you even better than that. I've even written for years. I wrote a blog. It's still out there. That's actually kind of what got me started with writing more officially. And it's called To Not Decide is to Decide. And with that, that's kind of the whole crux of everything for me, for this, for my Decide Today to Live. To not decide is to decide was something I heard someone say in a message one time, and it really stuck with me because it's true. And here we are facing the election, right? This was not intended to be about all that, but it is what it is. It is true, though. If we don't make a decision, you therefore have made a decision. So we do have to start, as adults especially, taking a stand in one way or another for ourselves and for our families as to what is it that, I have a hard time making decisions naturally. It's just something I'd rather somebody else make the decision for me, like where are you going to go eat tonight, or what do we want to have for supper, things like that. I just, whatever. What do you want? What do you want? Where do you want to go, right? But this is stuff that's more important than just what are we going to eat tonight, right? You've got big things ahead of you, and I know you're facing some things right now. Some people that came into my group and answered my questions for me gave me some insights into some things they're facing, and some exciting things, but also scary, right? And so you've got to have boldness. I've had to learn this and just do the thing. But did you die? No, I did not. Do the thing in fear, step out in faith over fear, just like my book says. When I'm afraid, I will put my trust in you. That's where the title of that came from, that verse in the Bible. Because we have to make decisions. We either fight, flight, or freeze, right? Oftentimes it's easy to just freeze, but that's not getting us anywhere, right? We have to do the thing. We have to make the move. We have to make the change. We have to step up in the place we're in. So whether that's becoming more confident and competent in the role we're in, or changing into a new role that fits us better right now, but it's a little fearful because I don't know anything about it. It's a whole new world for me, in or outside of nursing. I've helped people, like I said before, and some other things in my group. I've helped someone, a good friend of mine, that went into accounting. I've helped her as she was going through even getting her master's degree, moving physically for different jobs related to that, and moving across the country and back with her little family. I helped her through that. I coached her through that. So I don't have bandwidth to be able to help as many people as I want to successfully without having a formal relationship like this. So that's why I'm doing this, so that I can open up time on my calendar, and that's special, so that I can set aside specific time just for you, for me and you, to have that one-on-one time where I coach you through important things in your life that are life-changing, whether it's to help you get that job that's going to help you make more money so that you can provide better for your family and give to people you feel like you need and want to give to better. Whether it is just that you're in a place of not being fulfilled where you are in your job or in your life, and you know that there's a better place in your world that you need to be stepping into for that fulfillment of your calling, whatever it might be. And then even homeschool, if that's something that you've been toying with, like, do we do it? How do we do it? Can we do it? With or without, stepping out of a job field to be able to do it, or how can we make it work with a job, things like that. I've tangibly done these things, and I can help you and coach you through figuring out how to do this for you and for your family as well, whatever it might be. So that's why I felt like now is a great time, and this is the perfect opportunity for me to be able to focus on you and set aside specific time for you on my calendar, on your calendar, where we come face to face periodically, and then you have access to me in between our face to face meetings as well. And face to face meaning we don't have to be in the same physical vicinity of each other. Of course, thanks to technology today, we get to do it through Zoom and different things like that. So, but then you would also have access to me in between those times to, on our own time schedules, just shoot me a question or a thought or whatever it might be, and me be able to respond back, and we can go back and forth like that as well in between. So it's real exciting that I get to be able to offer this to you, and I hope you'll take advantage of it because it's a wonderful opportunity. I don't think you'll find very many people who have been able to experience the things that I've been blessed to experience, but also been very fearful at times through it, and yet found it to be more of a blessing than I could have ever imagined when I stepped out in that faith in God. And of course, I have this quote on the wall here, and it says, faith, it does not make things easy, it makes things possible. And that's from Luke 1:37, which is basically the quote saying, the Bible verse saying that nothing is impossible with God. That doesn't mean that I can make anything happen myself at all. I cannot. But with God, anything is possible if it's in His will, and if I come to Him seeking His help with it, He will make His ways the best ways for me, for my family, happen. Even the things I feel like are completely impossible. I've seen it happen time and time again in my life and other people's lives too. So I can help you, whether you're a fellow nurse or someone else in a career that needs to just move around. You want to go up into leadership, done that. You want to come down out of leadership and just be a peon, or even step out of the workforce because you're tired of the responsibility that's all entailed and you want more time with your family and focus with your family, I can do that. I've helped you with that. You want to step into homeschool in some way. You want to relocate, or you have to relocate, and that's a hard thing, and it may be a big relocation or maybe not, but it's still a big thing. So I can help you with those things. I've had a lot of people coming to me for help in all these different ways, and I've helped a lot of people through it recently and in the past. But like I said, now is a great opportunity for me to be able to really give you that one-on-one attention that I think you need to be able to achieve these things for your life and for your family, whatever it might be. What is coaching? Coaching, real quickly, briefly, there's a lot to it in a lot of ways, but really, truly, it's pretty simple in that it's not teaching, although I've been a teacher and I can do that. But and my heart will probably be at times to start to want to, so I'll have to hold back and do the coaching thing and not the teaching thing. It's not mentoring even. So I'm not necessarily going to be mentoring you, and I'm not above you. You're not below me, and I'm taking you along, little Padawan, to show you the way, right? I am coming alongside you as a peer, but a peer who's been through some things and who has some things I can offer to help you and help you pull some things out of your life and out of your mind and out of your experiences to see what it is that you can do, what you need to do, and how to do those things with what you have to work with, and maybe realize what you have to work with that you haven't recognized before. So I can help you with that. So that's basically what it is. Stepping into the necessary steps to get you to where you're going. Another thing is that it's going to be a balance of systematic, very specific, like systems and processes I've learned and am learning on how to help you in these ways, as well as heart-led. So there's a really cool approach to coaching that I've been learning about that's called brain-based coaching, and it's very neuroscience-based, so it is scientific. And if you know me, you may not know this, I've been a nurse, an RN, for 22 years, and a good portion of that time I've been a neuro ICU nurse. I've taken care of a lot of brain patients, both in a specific neuro ICU as well as in pediatric ICU, but adult and pediatrics. I have I've seen brains, literally, and I've worked with those types of patients, and that I know how the brain works. I mean, I do. I've literally learned it firsthand and watched it and helped the brain to heal even. Not myself, I'm not the healer, God is, but I have done interventions that are created to, medical interventions and all that are created to help a brain heal and a person heal as their brain is healing. So, and I've also seen broken brains that don't. So, you know, it's very sad to know that, but it's true. So in that way, I know how important the brain is and how helping you use your brain in ways that you've never been able to before will help you thrive and achieve success and goals that you never, like I said, realized you could. Not just in, you know, touchy-feely, ooey-gooey ways, but in real scientific, brain-based ways. So very, very cool that I get to help you with these things because, like I said, I've got this kind of experience and I'm learning even more about it so that I can help you. And you know, another thing I think about too, I'm here to help you take that unseen step of faith that is right there in front of you, but you can't see it. Like, there's a couple of ways I've heard this said. One is just enough light for the step I'm on, which is true. That is one thing. You know, you just need enough light and guidance for right now, that next step, because if you saw the whole thing, you'd be like, no way. And you just literally freeze. No fight, flight, you would freeze. There's no way. But with God's help, you can take that next step, that next step. But the other thing also I think about, you remember in, I believe it was Indiana Jones, there was this point they came to and there's this huge chasm and it's like, ah, but they had to trust the process that they were told to do. And they threw some rocks out, and the next thing you know, they saw the rocks land on this invisible, but absolutely 100% there rock bridge, footbridge, that they could walk across this huge chasm safely. It was very, very nerve-wracking for them, of course, for me just watching it. But the reality is there are times like that, there are things like that in your life you don't realize are there right in front of you. And I can help you to see those. I can help to illuminate that, to throw those rocks out there and see that bridge that's there and help you walk and take those fearful steps out there and then get less fearful and less fearful as you walk across it and reach that goal, that end point at the other side, and then beyond that. So, all right. So with that, just helping you to live in boldness. I've got some notes. I just didn't want to miss some important things for you. And achieve some success by deciding today to live, right? That's what it's all about that I've been talking about. Decide today to live. Today, right now. So how are you going to do that? Well, some of that I've already kind of told you about, but specifically, how do we get the process started? With that, just get on a free call with me, a discovery call, a consultation call, however you want to call it. But, and we can just book that, not to talk today, but let's book it today. As soon as, like, make that step. You've got to own it. You've got to take the responsibility right now to start making these steps toward what you know you need to do. And this is one of those times. This is one of those things you've got to own it. Book the call with me as soon as possible. Tonight, book it first thing tomorrow, whatever. Send me a message, comment in this, put call. You can put a comment right here on this. Or send me a message or a text if you have my phone number, whatever. Let's get this booked as soon as possible so that I can start talking with you. You and I can talk together and see if I can help you. And if so, in what ways can I help you achieve what your goals are, and how can we get this going, right? So let's do that and help you to step out and start achieving these goals in spite of the fear of the unknown, right? And another way that you can also do that or start moving toward that is to get in that group I mentioned before, where I share some things. I'm going to share even more in the days to come and weeks to come that are just helpful tips that I've gleaned from my life. I share those here as well, but I'll be sharing some special stuff in there as well to make it worthwhile to be in that group, so that, and then too, you'll have opportunities along the way here and there to, you know, maybe receive a free gift from me that only the people in my group get to have, things like that. So get in that group so that you don't miss out on those kinds of things as well. So one last thing, what's stopping you, huh? What is it? Let's book the call, right? Okay, because I want to help you to get this show on the road so that you can decide today to live. Let's do it.